Raise your hand and we'll get the microphone to you. Coach, can you start out with the opening comment about the game in general, and then we will go to questions.
Yeah, I mean, obviously early on we were able to capitalize on a mistake from Cincinnati Anderson. That was big to get us off to the fast start we were on, but I could not be more proud of this group of young men. I told them they got to write their own unique story. We went down to Florida, took these kids 1,000 miles away, then an hour and a half bus ride to a game where it was delayed, and we lose the game 25-22, and we weren't sure how the season was going to go. We had Glenville looking us in the face when we got back home, and I knew the week in practice of how these guys responded, this was going to be a special year, and it was a special group, because nobody pointed fingers. Not one person, no coaches, no players, nobody pointed fingers. They all pointed thumbs, took extreme ownership and said, here's what we got to do to get better, and then they just went to work every single day. And as a result of that, we're sitting here as state champions, and I could not be more proud of these guys. I love them so much. I love this team.
Gene Simmons, OHSAA Congratulations, back-to-back champions. This is to Blake. Blake, you had a fantastic first half, threw for a few touchdowns. How special was that pass protection for you today?
I mean, the pass pro was amazing all night. I mean, I can't credit my teammates enough. They put me in positions to succeed, and I just took opportunities and gave it to our playmakers.
Coach, Brian Love, West Life News. Where's Keontae? Is he too tired to come in?
They said we can only bring like 3. We got 5. I would like to bring the whole team if I'm being honest. But Keontae certainly had a great game, and what a great player. And, both of our running backs, Cam and Keontae, were out week 5, and we didn't have them back until the playoff run. And thank goodness we got them both back because they made a big difference in this playoff run.
Hey Blake, how's it going? What does it mean to you to put on a performance like this, especially for your team and your dad being your coach? How would you describe this moment right here?
I mean, it's so special, but once again, I can't do any of this with the people beside me, without them. I mean, I just can't even believe it yet, and I'm just so proud of everyone. It's insane.
Coach Elder, Keno Sultan, Stark County Prep Press. In this same room last year, I had compared your team to the Chicago Bulls trying to get past the Detroit Pistons. Now that you've done that 2 years in a row, how does it feel to be the Chicago Bulls of Division II football as back-to-back state champions, 91 and 92?
Well, we like to treat them individually around here. It's a different team. It's unique, but the Bulls were an organization. I guess we're an organization, but listen, this is a unique season. It's a different year than last year. Those guys were the first ever. That will never be taken away from them. And this group now, these seniors, are one of the winningest groups, the winningest group in the history of Avon football. And there's been some really talented kids come through there. So it's a special honor for all of them.
Travis Nelson, Morning Journal. Coach, you had Blake over a lot of yards. The running game looked good. Defense held Anderson to their season low. I mean, in all facets of the game, you guys performed tonight. How does it feel as a coach to know that the guys excel in all areas to get another state championship?
Well, first off, hats off to Ryan Solarski and Caden Clapham here, and Max plays defense too. Cincinnati Anderson is a unique offense. They're really talented. They score points in buckets, and they can score them fast. And we have the best defensive coordinator in the state of Ohio. Jared Cicchetti is also our strength coach. He's a big reason that we have an opportunity to win state championships, and I could not be more proud of our defense. Now, to hold that team to 20 points is a monumental effort.
Tony Bogan, KeonSports.com. Caden, you had a big pick 6 last week on defense, and you caught a touchdown tonight on offense. Talk to me about the connection you had with Blake Elder and Maximus. You're one of the huge players on the O-line, so talk to me about the O-line and how they've been this year and how that's led to the state championship.
Yes, sir. Well, I just credit all my coaches and my teammates because they put me in positions to go make plays. And the connection I have with my quarterback is amazing because he's one of my best friends. We hang out with each other all the time, and we've been playing with each other for as long as I can remember. So having that special connection means a lot, and having my teammates push my back in practice, making sure I mentally focus all the time, just puts me in opportunities to make plays.
As an offensive line group, we put an emphasis on physicality every week. And we know the more physical team will come on top. So you see us sitting here, it's because we're a more physical team tonight. And as an offensive line group, we have some really good players behind us. Both running backs are very good. Our quarterback's a baller. All of our receivers make great plays. So we just got to give them time, make our blocks, so we can spring those great plays for them.
Matt Cole, Cleveland.com. Ryan, to piggyback off the defense we were just talking about, how much of this was a conversation this week that you guys, if you could get to the quarterback, to just take away their offense and maybe put it on its heels a little bit, because it felt like Lance was in there a lot, Ian got in there a lot. You guys really made a difference, I thought, pressuring the quarterback.
I mean, yeah, we knew they were going to run a lot of empty. You know, having Lance Dawson and some really good defensive players, we knew we were going to get to the quarterback. And that would be a big factor to winning this game, so I'm just proud of our defensive line for that.
Coach, kind of adding on to that, I thought your defense did a good job keeping them in 3rd and long, and when they did go 4th down, it was 4th and long. It wasn't easy plays for them, and I thought that was important that you were able to get your defense off the field that way.
Yeah, there's no question. If you get that team and they get you in short yardage situations, there's so many things they can do, and so well coached. You know, Coach Dreyer and his team are fantastic. But again, credit to our defensive coaches for putting together a game plan and putting these kids in a position to be successful. I equate them a lot to Olmsted Falls. You know, I have a lot of respect for Olmsted Falls in our league, and they're a triple option team. This is on the other end of the spectrum, right? They make you defend the entire width of the field, and it creates unique challenges. But I'm glad I have the guys coaching on my staff that are up to the challenge, and these guys went out and executed at a high level.
Max, this one's for you. Just to, again, to pick up on the defense, I felt like a lot of different defensive linemen were getting involved, sacking the quarterback, making some big plays at the line of scrimmage. Just talk about, you know, winning the line of scrimmage and really dictating that side of the ball.
Yeah, so Coach Acchetti and Coach Ricardo do a great job of selling people out throughout the year. So when it comes to moments like these, when Anderson runs a really good offense, high tempo, and we can play a bunch of our guys, 1s, 2s, and 3s. So getting them in there, getting experience throughout the season so they can go in there and ball out. We knew we had to get some pressure on the quarterback because we've been watching some film. He likes to expend the plays, so we had to get on him quick and get him down the ground.
And this is a more general question. I'll start with you, Coach, but any of the players too. I mean, this has been a very big fall for the Avon community. This is the 3rd state championship your school will bring home, volleyball, boys soccer, now football. Just talk about how special this fall season has been for Avon.
Yeah, I mean, I work in a community that we're so blessed to have teachers and administrators who put kids in situations to succeed, not only academically, we're just a high academic district as well, but when it comes to extracurriculars, we truly see it as an extension of the classroom and an opportunity for kids to grow and learn. And I think these guys know this. Our why is never to win a state championship. That's never been the why at Avon. I told them they have won this game before it even started. It's to develop as young men. It's to grow in confidence. It's to learn how to deal with adversity. It's to love your teammates. There's so many lessons this game teaches, and we try to be intentional about it, and these guys have taken every one of them lessons and run with it. And I think that our athletic department and our athletic director, Eric Frombach, and Mike Ryan, our principal, Christina Bowler, those guys demand excellence in everything we do in Avon, and as a result, we were able to win 3 state championships. And the girls soccer team was in the regional finals. You know, the cross country team finished 3rd. So I don't want to sound arrogant here, but we're good at everything, and I'm really proud of that.
Avon's on the rise.
Coach, so, I mean, you guys, this year, you talk about this team leaving their own mark. Last year's game came down on the final play. This year, you won all your playoff games by at least 3 possessions. I mean, talk about the run this team had, leaving their own mark and, you know, leaving a legacy because you guys, you know, had a great postseason along with a great season, too.
It's interesting you said that because honestly, I never would have thought that because we don't care if we win by 1 or win by 30. We just wanted to win in advance. And the rallying cry of this team was never to beat Anderson. It was never to beat Walsh. It was never to beat Wadsworth. It was never to beat Highland. It was always to play for each other and to get another week together. And I think that we have such a strong brotherhood. I look at every one of these guys, and I was telling Max, I coached him in baseball when he was a little dude, you know, and him and his brother used to fight and throw their gloves up above the dugout. And Caden, I put his dad on my team because he was such a good baseball player. His dad couldn't even help coach the team in the summer. But you know what I did? I got him to coach with me so I could have Caden on my team, you know. And then Blake, obviously, he had no choice but to play for me. This guy over here coached him in football, and just his whole life been around him and his dad. His dad was one of our coaches in youth football and coached him. And then Grant Barr, you guys got to ask this guy some questions. I'm going to tell you about the Grant Barr effect. Let me tell you about the Grant Barr effect. This kid is so unselfish, and he's one of the best receivers in the state of Ohio. And so he doesn't get the love and attention he deserves because every time he's out on the field, people are double teaming him. And I don't know if you guys know this or not, but we rushed the ball for a lot of yards against Wadsworth. That's the Grant Barr effect. When you take people out of the box and you have to double team Grant Barr, you can run the ball better, right? And that's not a knock on the offense line or anybody else, but that dude's a special player. And his dad was one of my rival coaches when we were little, right, Grant? He always wanted to kick my butt when we did it. But this is a family affair, man. These dudes have been some of them spent the night at my house. They've been little dudes in our locker room since they've been little. They've been part of my life. And I know I have a son up here, but I feel like I got a bunch of other ones in that locker room and up here with me. And it's just a special, awesome deal.
I promise I thought of a Grant question before you said that.
I just want you to know the Grant Barr effect is real.
Yeah, I've got 2 for him if I can get them.
Grant, I mean, real quick, before the half, you guys needed something, they had some momentum, and you had 2 big catches, touchdown to kind of help. How big do you like? How did it feel to come through and help the team out there before the half and give you guys some flip the momentum going into halftime?
Yeah, I can see on this paper that they scored just before half as well, so we needed some momentum to flip the script and get us back on top. And we talked about winning every quarter, and so at that point it was tied in that quarter. So we hadn't won that quarter yet, and we just got a great ball from my quarterback, my Blake Oder, and we scored.
Okay, just a couple more.
I can get 2 in for Grant. First, Blake set tied a record tonight with 4 touchdown passes. You caught passes from Nolan last year, catching passes from Blake. What makes Blake so special? And second, I think it was the Wadsworth game, until I noticed that you were playing defense now with Jacob out. What was that transition like?
So I mean, Blake's special because people don't think he can run, but he really can. He really can run the rock, and you saw that a little bit tonight. He got in a little sticky situation, and he bore out to his right and got a first down, and that was a big play. And just about defense, we got to get people in that can make big plays, and so just helping out on defense was special to me because I wanted to play defense. I just love helping the team, and just if I can contribute on defense, if I can contribute on special teams, just any way I can, that's just how I love playing football.
Coach Elder, for the first time in 7 years since Akron-Hoban in 2018, Avon is back-to-back state champions. With the Avon program at the height of their dominance, how much higher can this program go at its peak now?
Well, I don't know, because these guys sitting up here, they get to, remember last year, guys? I didn't even let them, we had a parade, and I made them walk in the parade. The only people who got to ride were the seniors, and it's going to be the same this year, because these guys get to love and enjoy this forever. They get to design their rings, they get to be state champs, and walk out of Avon High School as 2-time back-to-back state champs as their junior and senior year. That's pretty awesome. But for the rest of those guys, in January, there will be a meeting, and there will be work to be done, and we're going to try to become the best version of ourselves with that new group. And I'm sure they'll work really hard because these guys have set a shining example for them of what needs to be done if they want to have a chance. And we're not going to talk about winning state championships. We're going to talk about getting better every day starting in January, and that's got to be the process.
Okay, let's go with one more.
Coach Blake's obviously had a huge season. I think it's 35 touchdown passes now, Golden Helmet Award, and now ties the D2 state championship record with 4 touchdown passes. What has it been like to coach him and watch him and what he's been able to do this year?
Yeah, I mean, I credit Lee Powell for coaching him. That's his quarterback coach. Brendan Leister, who's our pass game coordinator, does an awesome job with Blake as well. I try not to coach him directly. I'm the head coach of the team, and all the play calls go through me. He did not like my screen call tonight. Finally, after all these weeks, he said that was a dumb call, and it turned out to be a dumb call, Blake. You were right. But we had got the wrong play in, so we were getting ready to sing. We called a timeout, and I thought they were going to heat us up and bring pressure. I was wrong. Blake was right. But it's been an honor. Again, he's faced so much criticism potentially, and and so much pressure, and he just every week just continued to get better and develop more and more confidence, and I'm proud of him for that.
All right, guys, congratulations. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Thank you.